Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Trucker Talk with Penny. Keep your eyes on the road and your ears on me. Today is episode 3. We are sitting inside the beast, the cabin, the cockpit, the office, whatever you call it. This is where you will spend 11 hours a day driving. I am sitting in the driver's seat right now, and I feel powerful. But also, I am very confused. There are maybe 50 buttons here. To help me, I have Sarah. Sarah is a legendary CDL instructor. She teaches people how to drive these monsters. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Penny. Monster is a strong word. We call it a tractor, but yes, it can be intimidating.
Sarah, before we look at the buttons, tell me about this seat. It is bouncing up and down.
Ah, yes, that is the air ride seat.
Air ride seat.
Trucks don't have soft suspension like cars, so the seat has its own airbag. It saves your back. It feels like a trampoline. You can adjust it. Look for the buttons on the side. You have lumbar support for your lower back. Lumbar support. That's a fancy word. It is vital. If you drive 600 miles a day, you need a good seat. So, first lesson, get comfortable.
Okay, I am comfortable. Now, let's look at the dashboard, the dash. I see the speedometer for speed and the tachometer for RPM, but there are many small circles. Those are the gauges. In a car, you have warning lights. In a truck, you have gauges. You must read them constantly. Let's go through the most important ones. I see one that says oil. That is the oil pressure gauge. Oil pressure. When you start the engine, this needle must go up. If it stays at 0, turn off the engine immediately or you destroy the engine. Okay, no oil pressure equals stop engine. Next, I see a thermometer. That is the water temperature. It shows how hot the engine is. Water temperature. What is normal? Usually around 180 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. If it goes to 220 or red, you are overheating. Okay, now, Sarah, there are 2 gauges that look like twins. They both say air. Ah, these are the most important for the CDL test, the primary air and secondary air gauges. Primary air, secondary air. Why do we need air? Your brakes work on air. If you lose air, you have no brakes. That's scary. What number should they be at? A healthy truck is between 120 and 140 psi. PSI, pounds per square inch. That's how we measure pressure. Correct. If the needle drops below 60 psi, a loud alarm will sound. Whoa, that is loud. That is the low air warning. If you hear that, pull over safely immediately. Okay, let's review the gauges. Listeners, repeat after me. Oil pressure, water temperature, primary air, secondary air, PSI. Okay, the gauges are good. Now let's look at the switches. There's a whole row of them. They look like airplane switches. We call them toggle switches. You flip them up or down. I see one with a picture of a snowflake. That's the AC, or air conditioning. But let's look at the one that says engine brake or retarder. Engine brake, is that a brake pedal? No, it is a switch. Truckers call it the Jake brake. Jake brake, I love that name. What does it do? It uses the engine to slow down the truck, so you don't burn your wheel brakes. It makes a very loud noise. Oh, I hear that on the highway all the time. That's the Jake brake? Yes, it is very helpful on hills. You have 3 settings usually: high, medium, low. So if I'm going down a steep mountain, I use the Jake brake. Yes, switch it to high. It saves your life. Okay, repeat, listeners. Jake brake. Engine brake. What is this other switch? Diff lock? Differential lock or interaxle lock? Diff lock. This locks your wheels together. You use it in mud, snow, or ice. It gives you maximum traction. So, diff lock is for bad weather. Exactly. Never use it on dry pavement, only for slippery roads. Now, Sarah, there is a tablet screen mounted here. It looks like an iPad. Is this for watching Netflix? No, Penny, definitely not Netflix. That's the ELD. ELD. What does that stand for? Electronic logging device. Electronic logging device. What does it do? It tracks your time. In the US, there are strict laws about how long you can drive. We call this HOS, hours of service. So it's like a digital boss. Yes, it records when you drive, when you rest, and when you work. What are the statuses? There are 4 main buttons on the screen. Off-duty, you are free. Sleeper berth, you are resting in the back. Driving, you are moving. On duty, not driving. You are working, fueling, or inspecting. This is very important vocabulary. Let's practice. Off-duty. Sleeper berth. On duty. So, if I'm pumping diesel, what button do I press? You press on duty because you are working. And if I'm eating a sandwich in the back? Off duty. And if the police stop me, do they look at this tablet? Yes. Officer Miller will ask, "Can I see your logs?" You show him the ELD. You mentioned sleeper berth. Let's look behind the seats. There's a curtain. Open it, Penny. Wow, it's like a tiny apartment back here. There's a bed. We call it the bunk. Top bunk and bottom bunk. Bunk. So this is where you live. You see the cabinets? That's for your clothes and food. And I see a refrigerator. Yes, a fridge. And many drivers have a microwave. How do you plug in a microwave? Is there a wall outlet? Good question. Trucks use 12-volt power, batteries. A microwave needs 110-volt power, house power. So we use an inverter. Inverter. An inverter changes battery power to house power. It allows you to have a TV, a laptop, and a microwave. That's cool. So vocabulary for the back: sleeper, bunk, fridge, inverter. Many drivers spend weeks here, so keeping it clean is mental health. Okay, Sarah, we have learned so many words today. Gauges, switches, ELD, sleeper. Let's play a game. I will describe a problem. You tell the listeners what is wrong. Listeners, try to guess the word before Sarah says it. Scenario 1. I'm driving down a steep hill. I want to slow down without using my foot brake. What switch do I use? Sarah, the Jake brake or engine brake. Scenario 2. I look at my dashboard. The needle for water is at 250 degrees. It's in the red zone. Sarah, you are overheating. Check the water temp gauge. Scenario 3. I hear a loud buzzer. My air pressure is at 40 psi. Sarah, low air warning. Stop the truck. Scenario 4. It is snowing. The road is slippery. I need my wheels to lock together for traction. Sarah, diff lock, differential lock. Scenario 5. I am stopped at a truck stop. I need to tell my computer that I am going to sleep. What button do I press on the tablet? Sarah, sleeper berth. Wow, I feel like a real trucker now. I know my gauges, I know my switches, and I know where to sleep. You're getting there, Penny, but knowing the names is step 1. Step 2 is using them smoothly. In the next episode, we will finally start moving. We will talk about shifting gears. The manual transmission. 10-speed, 13-speed, that's an art form. I can't wait. Thank you, Sarah, for showing us around the office. You're welcome. Keep the shiny side up, drivers. This has been episode 3 of Trucker Talk with Penny. Review these words, look at pictures of dashboards online, get comfortable. See you next time. Bye.